Greetings everyone, and Great here with another Runner 3 replay. Spawn on the right side as the Cyan Empire. We have Bashely. Spawn on the south side as the Blue Allies. We have Nokolay. Spawn as their green Northern Soviet teammate. We have N3v3rB4nn3D. Never banned? Never banned, I think. And spawning as the opposition, the Red Soviets, we have Zezo as the Yellow Empire player. We have Zaar as on the Southern Empire player. The orange one, we have 0010, which is 4 in binary. And I just realized something, there's no allies. 2 empires each side. Both empires are across the empire players, the Soviets across the Soviet players. So is this a mirror matchup on a 3v3? That's unusual. We got bears. It will be a bear eat bear world. Got a roar there, failed, and the roar does scratch and breaks his neck. Got a roar right there, which will allow green to get a free kill there. It does do a drive-by slash. Does do an early roar there. That green one draws out 2 roars there, another roar there, and does get a roar there, killing off that one. Does get that kill there, good roar there, getting more. This is a massive bear. It is a bear eat bear world. This one should be on cooldown, does get a crate there. Looks like green's coming out ahead in the bear roars. And yeah, I'm not sure how many more bears he spent. There's a couple of conscripts here which have a bit of trouble. Combat engineer being pursued. Red gets a nice roar there and a good roar there. Saves his combat engineer. And conscripts looks like gunned down something. Terror drones coming out by Red, which will, of course, he's going straight for the engineer. Takes out the and the combat engineer gets the kill on the terror drone and does roar down that bear to make sure it doesn't get picked up. That was a great transition to terror drones, and Red played well against it. Both sides going for some sickles. Red's deployed out 1, Green's deployed out 2. Let's make a quick look down south. We've got Yellow trying to camp Blue's dojo there. Yellow has claimed the oil derrick. Wait, Yellow's claimed the oil derrick, then that's Blue's oil derrick supposed to be. And Yellow's up here, so Yellow's doing a great job of supporting his orange teammate. Red is supposed to pull out a reactor there. Got an effect there onto this one here. And does manage to keep the terror drone alive. Does get gunned a little bit. And was that terror drone surprise? Does get the infect there as well. This is really a mirror matchup up north. I really just want to focus up there, but I have to pay attention to other sides of the map, which will just see a bit of harassment here and there. Twitch says it's lost some bit rate, but it looks like it's fine. Yep, I think that's fine. For free stream, I should have only one stream going. For at least on my end. If free stream's a bit slow to Twitch, there's nothing much I can do about that other than you can check out the replay later, eventually as it gets released on YouTube. I think it will probably be somewhere in mid-March. Ooh, gets a nice terror drone or snare there onto the terror drone. We got some jet tungus flying about. We do have burst drone right there. That's what I see. Yellow's Air Force pushing way forward. Got the conscript getting gunned down by the terror drone. Terror drone snaring the sickle, and now terror drone's ensnaring this terror drone. And was forced on the ground there to snare some more stuff. Red does support his teammate with his jet tango to kill off that terror drone there, and a great kill there on that dojo. Up here we do have another harassment there on the ore collector. There's also a defensive turret here. Green space, and not it's being camped, but not really being threatened with gunfire. Red's pushing way forward, collecting at the northern ore node. And we've got a sudden transport here, likely filled with a tank buster and a Imperial Warrior, and that is a fully heroic tank buster. And I hear a full, yep, no, he did not capture that. There's a dead Yellow engineer there, and Blue has already recaptured the oil derrick. And looks like the jet tank is still right there. We got these forces making their way forward, getting some good snares in on the Mecha Tengus. Some of the Mecha Tengus do escape on out there. Jumps forward with the sickle drone, trying to get the terror drone, but is unsuccessful and gets gunned down there by the Mecha Tengus. Red's forces are a bit wounded. The wounded sickle is not being focused down because it's getting snared into two machine guns and hitting this one here. Does do a cash bounty, somebody did a cash bounty on these forces here. And we'll be able to clean up that one. It was Green's cash bounty. Frankly, the other sickle, that sickle goes down as well. Now these guys will need to transform and escape down south. We got a massive swarm of Jet Tengus pursuing the Jet Tengus. Over here, mostly transformation. There's the last guy. And these guys are fighting over the war factory, but number does get gunned down, just getting way too outnumbered. He can drop down. He is getting all these repaired on up. No longer that one. And now we do have a handful of orange infantry here. They will gun down that Mecha Tengu. Getting a fully heroic tank buster in the mix of it. Jet Tengu does fly down there, but gets in a poor position. Up north here, you got the ore collectors getting harassed by Cyan. And Yellow's pushing forward with his own air force, and he has point defense drones there. He can transform down, support his teammate. He's great damage there, trying to force Blue out of the region. He will get some a lot of damage, and he just has the numbers advantage. Tank Sudden Transport is here, pretty wounded, getting some more damage onto it. It's a bit dangerous to get back into it, though he does have 5 infantry units for it. Blue's now trying to skip on out. Yellow has some interception force. Will be able to pursue as long as they maintain a general move order. Getting some multiple Jet Tengus shot down there. Over here, a sudden transport managed to... Actually, no, that's a different sudden transport. So it looks like Orange had his own sudden transport out in the field. Yellow's currently backing away. Blue's trying to keep this last one alive. It is quite wounded and all by lonesome. Sudden transport making way forward and gets gunned down before dropping off any infantry units, because I don't see any infantry units in the region, so it got gunned down immediately. That was fully loaded with that 3 Tank Busters, 2 Imperial Warriors. We also got Red's Tesla Coil here as well. Red is in nice, good content position, had a number of good engagements. It looks like Yellow's blowing down some wall segments there, using his opponent's wall segments to complete his own wall segments. That was cleaning up the dojo, and Red is trying to deploy out a Tesla coil to support his teammates' advance, which is no longer there, though there's still a single Imperial Warrior shooting at the ore collector. Looks like it's going to be Hammer Tank versus Hammer Tank. Red has more Hammer Tanks. And here comes, Tesla coil is now complete. It's hitting the Mecha Tankus first, and all of the charge there allows them to get extra damage and minimize the damage. Yellow has a massive swarm here. Cyan has a ground-based swarm. These ones could try landing, trying to escape up north. Just going to harass their economy before it even gets fully set on up. I'm not sure how this is going to get messy real quick, because there's going to be multiple auto discharges. Takes out the ore collector right there. Did the ore collector really sustain that much damage already? He must have been focused down by the other Jet Tengus. That was a really messy engagement. I think that was more successful for Cyan. Cyan has a massive swarm of Jet Tengus still. Red is lacking bullfrogs. He needs to get out some more bullfrogs. He's deploying out a super reactor from his teammates from the con yard as well. Or not con yard, from the reactor. Notice this ore collector does up armor, harassing these points there, but will quickly get gunned down. And he is next to a teammate's naval docks to get some free repairs. And looks like this oil deck has been claimed once again by yellow. This oil deck has been claimed by blue as well. This layer strike does find its mark. Very nice. These little picks does help out. And a single Yari mini subs now harassing this line, getting some great damage there on the ore collector, fully taking it out. Up north, we've got a massive swarm of Jet Tengus. Points defense drones appear to have just worn off. Yeah, Korea needs to get them off the up gun or the leech beam, start having the red guns fire and get more damage output. More and more ore collectors getting harassed. Yellow swarm is still flying around. And yep, does take out that Mega Tengu now. Looks like this entire refinery was sold off. I don't think it was actually destroyed. Yep, looks like Orange just deployed out a Yari mini. That's Orange Yari's mini sub. That's a Cyan. Cyan's deployed out a Yari mini sub to engage the Yari mini sub. Does spot the engineer right there. Yes, inside the sudden transport disguise himself as a Mecha Tengu. Both Cyan and Blue has massive swarms of Jet Tengus flying about. Yellow has a good amount. Orange does not have a good amount. Maybe he should start eyeing some Striker VXs. We do got a Chopper VX with Cyan as well. And Point Defense Drone has discontinued. Gets great damage there onto these downed Mecha Tengus. Orange is getting picked apart. He needs to get maybe some Defender Cores. Yellow's pushing lane forward. Yellow needs to. That's not enough. Yellow's outnumbered and does general move order there. Does transform to low ground. Is starting to gun down Cyan's Striker VX. Does get it. Not sure what tech level this is. Cyan Blue's pushing forward. Yellow's base with all of the massive wave of Jet Tengus. Does transform, trying to get red super reactor. Activates the Emperor's Wrath ability as well. Focusing on the Battle Lab. The Battle Lab is actually a pretty good target to get out. And losing both Super Reactor and the Battle Lab will prevent any sort of technology, including hammer tanks. Now, Iron Curtain was being deployed there, or was paused or cancelled. They may be a little bit too close to that. I think it's going to get a big. Okay, he's going to put on let a couple of them finish it off. Yep, keep two there. And it looks like the point defense drones do absorb that strike. Finish off some of the infrastructure there. I think team right side's going to win the game. Yellow has a good number of Mecha Tengus, not unable to force engagement against these blues and cyans. Green now pushing forward with multiple hammer tanks. All these are up-gunned with extra guns. And we've got a number of flak troopers here as well. The bear does get one kill there. Didn't get the roar off to slow down the flak troopers. And the airfield does go down. Some flak troopers are firing up on the high ground here as Green starts to make his advance. There's also a bullfrog cannon on these hammer tanks. Green can turn off the leech beam, perhaps maybe not the flak cannon, but the other ones do have a bunch of extra guns, and there's a lot of flak troopers here, and the bear gets a nice roar and it's fully heroic. Green's doing a good job leeching down. I'm also not sure what actually gets leeched if they're already up-gunned. These two guys start trying to keep their distance. They do get destroyed there. Got a heroic, elite, and better ones. He decides to rush forward with his extra guns. That one goes down as well. And focusing down these as well. Does get a terror drone off. Actually, there's two terror drones right there. And the heroic one does have its own extra gun. Looks like a Mecha Tengu's harassment there. Got satellites now running on in. Just level 1 Sputniks. And Science going to be pursuing Yellow's Mecha Tengu forces. Blue's coming forward as well. Green has been receiving constant harassment as well this entire game. So maybe this game has stabilized between left versus right. Red did lose a lot of infrastructure. Orange hasn't been doing all too well this game. Yellows hasn't been any good engagements with, but Green has been hit quite hard in the economy department as well. In Cyan Blue, they haven't really capitalized on their big advance. He's done some damage, but nothing massive. Red is actually making a great advancement here, taking out some infrastructure, including the war factory. That was Crush the Conscript there, saving his Terror Drone. Be focusing down the barracks, needs to get out some flak troopers, throw out some mag mines. But the Terror Drones are right there, and the Tesla Trooper gets immediately picked off by the Terror Drone. The Tesla Trooper right there would have been great if he got the EMP mode, because he was really close to all that stuff. Could have passed got all of them. Try and go for it. Does get the oil derrick there. This time it's orange, not yellow. And that's the sudden transport. May get focused down by blue. He's doing a follow command. Nope, not a follow command. Is there even follow command in this game? Force attack, attack move, reverse move. Yeah, I don't think there's even a follow command. Yeah. I don't believe I'll even a follow command in this game, though there may be a hotkey I'm not sure of. Red's attacking force didn't do some good damage there, but we'll get clean on up. He will manage. He does have two. He canceled that one apparently. Yeah, he canceled it because it only has one ore refinery. Green does have this refinery outlet C as well as the MCV. Green just needs 600 rebuild to get this oil derrick, not oil derrick, ore refinery. Holy crap, that's a lot. Got a mass transport, does use Emperor's range, but he may have splashed some of his own teammates there. Massive explosions there. He's showing forward for the honorable discharge. And Yellow's entire jet Tengu force just got cleaned up. Red's pushing forward with his tanks with the Emperor's Rage and Wrath. He's able to get some extra damage output onto the hammer tanks. They just move slower, but punch a bit more punch. Orange pushes his way forward as well with his own Mecha Tengu's got a couple hammer tanks with the point defense drone as well. And his force is going to go ahead and back away. Massive losses on both sides, but I think Yellow lost almost his entire army. Also got another Dojo Corps being pulled out. Orange managed to get two of his tsunami tanks in this region and deployed out engineer that. He tried to go for a sneaky capture. And he does get the ore refinery. And that is a Tesla oil from Green, apparently. There's actually no walls around that refinery. I'm not sure what happened to them. Maybe satellites? Ore refinery receiving some hits there as well, and down. Red's pushing forward with more and more of these hammer tanks, and since his opponent has gone for Jet Tengus, not Chopper or Striker VXs, he doesn't need a whole lot of Bullfrogs. Bullfrogs just be useful just to get some free damage in and prevent any loitering. Yar using mini substitutes, forced to sell off that refinery. Blue's not looking on so well. Team left side actually may win the game. I thought they were going to lose the game, but they're holding out quite ahead. It's pulling out a sentry gun on the water. And soon, you may need a dispenser to go along with that sentry gun. And this construction yard's getting hit quite significantly. It does pack on up. He had the Terror Drone in this region for this exact purpose, preventing the escape. Green will lose his MCV. Let's see. We do have a war factory for Green, as well as one ore refinery. Green should perhaps take the time to get out another MCV. I'm not sure what's queued on up. Getting its perhaps something off some of this infrastructure there, since it's pretty much dead. Gets a Terror Drone effect there onto Heroic Hammer Tank, and didn't actually get the force killed there. So now, but Red does manage to get the snare. Red has deployed his MCV forward as well, and there is a good amount of credits here to reward the investment. Hopefully it's a Crusher Crane to help build out his economy. Low in power, getting out another super reactor. a forward airfield being pulled on now. Science pushes way forward of his own Mecha Tengus. Kills off a bullfrog there, going to take out the ore refiner, which is still alive. No, a number of the oil derricks are still actually alive. Bullfrog does get snared there, does throw a couple shots, needs to retarget towards the hammer tank, and does lose the terror drone because it did not retarget. Orange loses a number of his jet tengus. Blue swarm is still quite large. Looks like Orange's Air Force has been cleaned up by Red's jet tengus. There's a number of Striker VXs on the ground, but there are blues, not orange. Orange does not have a Defender VX, but it's low in power. They got Emperor's Rage being voted now. We got a good amount of infantry here. Jet tengus should be able to clean up the infantry, no problem. And does get a kill there. The elite one could go down. No, does not go down. Tsunami tank still pouring on in old blue's base. He still has not rebuilt these wall segments or at any point in time. But that look, that Tesla coil is still up or on the ground. Got a huge wave of tank busters here being gunned down by yellow. He should have kept these tank busters alive. Burying them in the ground did not save them. Now we got some apocalypse tanks coming on out. With just the Mecha Tengus and Jet Tengus, they can't really engage the Apocalypse tanks. The Apocalypse tank has good guns, good armor, and can crush them. Sure, Honorable Discharge will do some good retaliation damage, but it's not going to be cost-effective engagements. Looks like Red's MCV has backed off the region, may have been destroyed. Doobie has a Crusher Crane alive somewhere. Oh, he definitely does have a build cube, not sure where. But we do have the Iron Curtain being pointed out, likely meant for the Apocalypse tanks. Get some good damage there. The Defender cores at default should be set to anti-aircraft mode, because it's harder to respond to aircraft and harder than to land threats. Tsunami takes pushing the way forward. We got a heroic tank buster, and as well as a heroic air drone. Does finish off that bullfrog there. Yellow and blue are fighting it out. It looks like a better engagement for yellow. But we got reinforcements from Cyan as well. No, the Defender Core is still not anti-aircraft mode. Needs to be anti-aircraft mode. Though it is firing on the ground now. Got the Emperor's Rage being pulled out by both sides. Massive damage all across the line. But I think Team Blue and Cyan do have the numbers advantage. And Orange is low in power. Once again, the MCV has packed on up, so that gun's not firing. That gun should have been kept on firing rather than MCV trying to go forward for crushes. He does get one crush there. And Green's not pushing forward with tanks against Orange and does get snared by the Terror Drone. So Orange will lose his MCV. He may lose everything here. That does go down there. Blue's jet tank is trying to fly away. Blue has hardly anything left. Cyan so that's a good number of veteran heroic ones as well. Good hits there. And the Defender Core is firing away, getting some good damage there on the Chopper VX. Is now going to be focusing down that gun. He does lose one of his Chopper VXs. This one is fully heroic. Apocalypse takes especially forward, cleaning up some of these forces. Green is still alive. Looks like Green has not rebuilt MCV just yet. He still has income. Very small income. Green should just be focusing on rebuilding, I would say. He does have a Terror Drone. A fully heroic Terror Drone, and as well as a pair of hammer tanks. Move up his forces, keep on the defensive to support his teammates the best he can. But it looks like he's going straight for mass terror drones. We do also have a combat engineer. Oh, mainframe core gets picked off. That is an expensive pick. And that's a line of Apocalypse tanks. And Iron Curtain's almost ready. And he's going to go for some massive crush there. Does use the Toxic Corrosion ability there. These Apocalypse tanks are fully invulnerable. Going for massive crushes here. Yellow Cyan's not responding whatsoever. Crushing Green's army as well. And the one with the Toxic Corrosion is still alive, but barely. It will slowly bleed away because of the corrosion he's leaving behind. But he can't actually survive it given enough time. And now there goes Green's War Factory. Green's infrastructure starts going down as well. We do have some assault forces here. Yellow has evacuated, well, Red has evacuated a lot of power in this region, that's for sure. And now let's have defensive turrets from both players. So Yellow should just be defensive. Orange has a ore refinery left, and microwing a Yari mini sub may actually get a ore refinery. Doesn't get the ore refinery. Orange has nothing left. Orange just back out of the game to give a teammate all of his income and what few stuff he has remaining. Red just needs to make sure he be as aggressive as possible. It does have a elite Apocalypse tank grinding up the Mecha Bay core. Those still have uptime. Cyan is selling off a lot of infrastructure. Cyan does still have a Dox core. He can still muster a force, but Red's economy is still quite good. And this one with the Toxic Corrosion ability is still alive. And he got a lot of elite Apocalypse tanks. Nothing fully heroic yet. None of them needs a lot heroic for extra health regen. Apocalypse tanks, of course, do have heightened health regen. Takes up the super reactor there. Green only has an ore refinery. Back out of the game. Give your teammates that income. Give them the structure. And he's get the Harpoon Lance is honestly, it's okay. It's good against units. I'm not sure what's better versus buildings. Harpoon Lance is probably good, but probably not against mass walls. Tesla Coil getting some great shots here. Yellow still has quite a bit of infrastructure. Yellow just needs to be defensive, protect Red's infrastructure. He does actually pack up the Defender core to get those guns firing, but I also want to keep them in the anti-aircraft mode while his forces push forward on those hammer tanks. Got elite and heroic hammer tank there. One of them upgunned with a bullfrog turret. Cyan has claimed this oil derrick. And it says a sword refinery, but that's not refinery. Cyan needs to back out of the game. Green needs to back out of the game. Blue has the only thing left. Though I suppose Cyan can stay in the game to micro his force. Green does have, of course, these two units to micro. And micro is important. I probably undersell a little bit too much when it comes to, like, shoot you back out of the game, give your teammates income. Orange, however, has nothing to micro, should back out of the game. Oh, it does have a single Yari mini sub, but that's probably not worth it. And now we got Red's Apocalypse tanks charging to his opponent into Blue's base. Not any infrastructure left here. If Green were to back out the game, the Tesla coil would have gone online, likely at least. But I guess heroic Apocalypse tanks probably won't do much. Super Reactor was taken out, but Red's heavy super weapons are still online. That Toxic Corrosion building may be actually worn off by now. I doubt he actually reused it. Doesn't appear he's receiving any extra damage, so I believe that Toxic Corrosion building has actually expired. Yep. Looks like Green's hammer tank is getting overwhelmed. Too many Emperor's Wrath or Rage Jet Mecha Tengus. Yep, at this point in time, Green needs to back out of the game. There's no units left other than a single Bullfrog. And he needs to get all this income he has obtained and is obtaining to another teammate. so does Orange. We've got the magnetic satellite now deployed on out. He does grab a couple of these Jet Tango's balloon bombs now raining on in. These are from Blue, I believe. Takes out the war factory there. And Pocket 6 will be cleaning up this oil derrick, which explodes, killing that Imperial Warrior as well. At this point in time, Mecha Bay Core is the wrong option. They need some Dock Score and go for mass Yari mini sub. But I do have Natasha pushing her way forward. Green has backed out of the game. Looks like sold off. Nope, did not sell structure because see the unit changed sides, and Scion was the last remaining player and sells off the all remaining structure and backs the game. But a great game played this by all players, and Team Left Side has won. This is N3v3rB4nn3D saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay.